Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we'll be speaking about the devs. And the devs have some good news about the tests they've been doing on the new patch. Also, they're going to talk about the release date of the new patch and some code refactor questions. So I have a lot of dev talk videos on my channel, so if you would like more info and more information about what the devs have stated in the past or recently, I have a lot of videos on my channel, and you can check those out if you are interested. Also, the link to the official forums from Bannerlord will be down below. That's where most of these posts are taken from. So if you guys want to join the discussion on there, you guys can. Also, I have a script. It's going to be on the screen right now. Everything I say in this video and all the links that I state in this video, they will all be down below. So here we go. So first, we have a dev speaking on tests that are being done to find any remaining bugs in the upcoming patch. The devs state that if no new bugs are found during the new test, then the new patch will be out sometime next week. But if there are new bugs, then more tests will have to be done next week, and in turn the patch will be again delayed. Also, the devs state that it's not smart to release the patch now, because this patch is a lot more dangerous and volatile because of the code refactor. Also state that this is the fourth test done after the refactor was finished, and new bugs were found on each test. So the dev gave it a 50% chance that the patch will be released next week. Also, as I stated before, and will state again, patience is key in my opinion. So the devs have stated that this is a big and important patch for them, and it will take time. While I can't wait for the new patch and what comes with it, good things take time. So let's try to stay positive and have patience. Now, second, we have some new news. So as I was making this video, as I was writing my script, really, pretty much some new news from the same developer came out about the tests that they were doing and pretty much the results of it. So the devs state that 6 new bugs were found from the tests that we just talked about that they were going to perform. But they say that all these were fixed, all the bugs that were found today were all fixed today as well. He pretty much now raised the probability to 90% that the new patch will be out next week. So it's looking very good. Also, the devs state that since the code refactor took so long and so much manpower, he pretty much said, please don't expect a huge amount of content for this patch, but only this patch. So hopefully all goes well and we do see a new patch next week. Again, like the devs stated, that this patch might not have a huge amount of changes, but the next patches after this one will have the content that players really want to see. Third, we have a Facebook post by the Bannerlord team that states that we will get a new update this Monday, July 27th, for 1.4.2, which is the current beta patch. And they state that they will also talk about 1.4.3 next week as well. So by this post and by the other stuff that Dev stated before, it looks like we're going to get a hotfix this coming Monday. And then 1.43, the patch will either come later that same week, or it will be delayed another week if the devs see it fit. So now, fourth, we have 2 players asking the dev questions. First player asks about the code refactor and how this will affect the players of the game. The devs respond that the code refactor is the reworking of code and that the player will notice no difference on their side. Second, we have a player accusing the devs of cashing out and not caring about the game or its changes. So the devs respond that this statement was absolute rubbish and that if the player is so unhappy with the game, to refund it if he still can. Also state that development of the game will continue and that at a later date, if the player wants, he can give the game another try. For the first question, yes, a code refactor, in my opinion, does help the devs mostly, but indirectly it does help the players because the devs will have an easier time after the refactor. They'll have an easier time coding and making changes, which will result in an overall better product for the players, right? Better and faster changes and all of that. Now for the second question, or statement as you would say, about cashing out. You already know my answer if you watch my videos. We've encountered a lot of people like this throughout my dev talk videos. But if you are new, in short, I think the devs should not respond to these statements because they're kind of outrageous in my opinion. That they're very emotional and really no supporting evidence. And also, if you are a player and you are frustrated with the game and want to make a similar post, I really suggest you come with some supporting evidence and you try to back up your claims, because that makes it a strong statement that people will actually take into consideration. But an emotional statement like this one, you're not going to get too much of the reaction that you want, if that kind of makes sense, right? But fifth, we have a new player and also the player from the previous reply, and pretty much each one of them makes a statement. So the previous reply is the guy who said they cashed out. He made another comment, and the devs replied again. So first, we have a reformed player, Savage Canadian 96. Listen, shout out to you. I've seen you in my comments, and I saw that you joined my Discord, you know. But pretty much what he did was he stated that he understands that the devs are working hard and are getting too much negativity, and he has confidence that this game will be a great game. The devs thanked the player, but also state that they understand the frustration and the current lack of patches. Also state that the devs will keep working, and they do not want to release a broken patch just to appease players in the short term, but want to make sure the patch works and delay it if needed before it is released. Now, the second player who made the previous claim that the devs cashed out and gave up on the game comments again and states that the devs suggesting he refunds the game shows what kind of what Tailworlds considers a good attitude, kind of sarcastically speaking, right? So the devs reply that the players should add the refund comment to their forum signature, kind of like a joke, as you can see, right? But all jokes aside, the devs said they are not in the business of stealing money, and if the player does not like the product and the player is eligible for a refund, to go do that, right? Also, if the player wants, he can watch the development process and come back later to the game and try it out again. Now, for the first statement, I respect when a player can stand up and say, you know, they were a bit rough in the past and all that, and then turn their negativity into positivity. I respect that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Now, for the second statement, if you are going to come in and make false claims and spread negativity, don't expect a smile and a thank you in return. You know, a lot of people do this, especially like in restaurants and in, you know, stores in general. They're gonna act very aggressive, very, you know, loud. I used to do it as well. I'm not gonna sit out here like on a high horse and say, oh, I have never done it before. But they'll go to a person who works at the store, be very negative to them, even sometimes, you know, scream or call them out of their name and all that type of stuff, and then be like, hey, I want to see a manager, and then pretend to act like, you know, like they're the victim or they're this, and like, you know, this person wasn't treating me well, when all in all they came in aggressive, and then as soon as they got a reply, they fell back to the victim card. I don't think that's a good thing that you should, you know, if you're gonna come in aggressive like this person did with the claims of, you know, them cashing out and that, then don't expect, you know, hey, how you doing, sir? Sorry for what happened. You know what I mean? Like, don't expect that, if that kind of makes sense, right? But at the same time, what the dev said was not even bad. It was kind of common sense. If you do buy something and you do not like it and it's refundable, you refund it. It's a simple concept. And I think the devs, you know what I mean? Like, the whole point is, you said that they were cashing out. They stated, hey, if you don't want it, you can refund it. Simple as that. And that's kind of, you know, I don't know how else to explain it. I think it's very common sense, in my opinion. So that is all the statements and replies for now. If anything new comes up, I will make a video and keep you guys informed. I know there are more posts that I didn't get to in this video. I will get to them either tomorrow or the next day. I'm making another one. It's going to be a little bit longer than this one, but I'm kind of short for time. You know, I got a whole baby situation that I'm trying to work and all that, but you know, you don't want to hear all that. But more videos are coming. They've just been a little bit delayed. So lastly, before I do end this video, I want to end it the same way I end most of my update and dev talk videos. I do want to thank the developers for staying active and you know, communicating well. I do want to thank all the people who are being positive. I think it's good to be positive and patient during this early access process, and negativity doesn't really bring anything good into the argument. So for anybody who's, you know, being positive in the sea of negativity, I see you, I appreciate you, and that's, you know, it's a good thing to do overall. Also, as an early access game, I always want to help people. So if you are playing on the beta, which is the 1.4.2, and you kind of have unstable gameplay, you have bugs, and you don't want your mods to break when the next update comes, I suggest you move to a stable live patch of the game. So pretty much what this will do is it will take you off the Steam automated update process. So let's say you went from 1.4.2 to 1.4.1, which is the stable version, or even further back. I play on 1.3. Pretty much what it will do is, if a new update comes out, your game will not automatically update. It will stay on that patch, and in turn, your mods won't break, because obviously there's a code refactor, and whenever the new patch comes out, your mods will probably break. It's just how stuff happens, right? But yeah, if you do want to revert to a stable patch and make sure, you know, your gameplay and your mods are stable, the link to that video will be down below. So yeah, hopefully this video was informative. Ask me any questions, and like always, stay safe.